guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at this character right here. This is Angel DABURA. This, of course, is the free-to-play character for Halloween this year, which is pretty good. I always do enjoy these Halloween units, right? Usually they're sort of like what-ifs lately, right? We did have Candy Vegito and the Gotenks and Ghosts before, but then recently, right, it's been stuff like Grandpa Gohan and Pan, Android 17 and Android 8. Now, it is just Angel DABURA, but he, of course, has a unit super attack with Pikkon, right? Very, very goofy little team up here. I don't know exactly how good this DABURA is going to be. He does get 30% attack and defense and lowers attack on the unit super. You guys know that getting defense on super is very big, but we do have to have a Pikkon on the team. He only gets attack on his normal super attack, which is a bit of a bummer there. He is a support type unit as well, right? He gives superclass allies 2 key 30% attack and defense, which is solid. He does get 10% attack and defense per superclass ally in the team. That's also very important. And then he gets a bunch of extra buffs if the enemy is in the attack down or defensive down status, right? So that means you're going to want to utilize this character. I mean, more so something like Super Battle Road and stuff like that, right? Like, definitely not meant for the high levels of Red Zone. One nice thing he does do, too, is he recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn, which could be useful, right? But we do want to pretty much run him in a full Superclass team. Now, the thing that is a bit of a goofy issue for DABURA, though, he only has the 3 category teams: Otherworld Warriors, Buu Saga, and then Sibling Bond. The problem, though, is that we really do have to run him with a Pikkon to get that unit super attack, which I think is very important for him, right? So that's pretty much only possible either on the Otherworld Warrior team, which is ass, or I guess for now on STR Vegito's Buu Saga team, right? But, I mean, I feel icky running this because this isn't... Like, I feel like the 200% lead teams, like, this is what you want to be running, right? So, a bit weird. We'll see if Angel DABURA can get a better team sometime soon. So, let's see. So, we're at 142k. Again, he gets another 104% defense if the target enemy is in attack down or defensive down status, which this Frieza right here is not going to be. And then he gets an additional 104% attack if the enemy is in both attack down and defensive down, right? So that is pretty handy. I guess we could have... Let's give Pikkon the super right here. I believe Pikkon would lower this. The only thing is, would Pikkon finish off this Frieza? Probably not. Pikkon's not that, like, an offensive juggernaut or anything like that. All right, so we got the support. We're up to 162k defense. DABURA's link set is not particularly great. Looks like the order is different from the wiki and in-game. So here, we'll just do this in-game. Or right here. All right, I recognize this. This is more than meets the eye right here. 10% attack and defense right here. This link right here, I believe this is Gentleman, 2 key 10% defense. This link right here, this is Master of Magic. Yeah, that's what this is, Master of Magic. Then right here, this is Otherworld Warriors. Look at this link. Very, like, not consistent with this link, by the way, right? It's like some Otherworld Warrior characters have it, some don't, right? Like Super Strike Pikkon, who just came out along with this Angel DABURA, does not have that, which is again, very unfortunate. Then down here, this is, I believe this is solid support right here. By activating this, we would lower the enemy's defense passively, which could be good for DABURA's ability. Then this right here, this is Innocence. The Innocence right there. And then finally, he has Shattering the Limit. So in this rotation, we'll be able to have Gentleman, Otherworld Warriors, and Shattering the Limit activated. We are getting support from both the Hercule and Buu, as well as Pikkon, both of them. So let's go ahead and see what we get on this turn right here. I believe Pikkon does lower enemy attack and defense, right? Is it just attack that he lowers? Okay. It's fine. We'll be able to see all these numbers. 1.54, certainly not impressive, I would say, but we did get the extra defense. So DABURA got the extra 104% defense. His numbers don't really seem too impressive to me. I mean, you know, oh my god, a free-to-play character's not blowing me away, but again, the Android 17 and the Android 8 that came out with Super Strike Pikkon with Angel DABURA, I would argue that unit is actually fairly solid. So it's like, you know, I do kind of see this, and it's just, it is definitely a little bit of a bummer, right? That we don't have, you know, like, damn, like, I mean, that Android 17 and 8 they're just definitely very, very good, right? Okay, so this is another decent rotation. We'll be able to get the 50% support from Gohan right here. We're not going to be able to get the extra attack until we lower this Frieza's defense, though. We do got to make sure to get that defense lowered. We'll do this rotation, and then after this, I might go ahead and just skip to another event where we can get the enemies debuffed here, and then we can sort of see DABURA's full stats. I guess there's really not too much to talk about with this guy, right? Like, you know, we are, like, you know, healing at the end of the turn. He's got the HP regen. He is supporting as well, but again, it's a rather basic character. I might do a quick run without Pikkon too, just, you know, sort of see like his normal super attack animation and stuff like that. But we will kind of see here. Let me just finish him off right here. We'll get one more turn, and then we'll finish off. So let me know what you guys think about the Angel DABURA Halloween unit this year. I do like just the idea behind it, but I do really feel like they could have, of course, made this guy just a bit better, right? Like, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. All right, so let's do the same thing. I guess we're pretty much gonna see his like the same attack stats pretty much every single turn, right? We gotta get oh no, there we go. This Pikkon does lower the enemy defense passively, right? If your whole rotation is super class and then the enemy is no. Super Strike Pikkon, he lowers enemy attack and defense and has a 50% chance to stun if it's an extreme class enemy. So this right here, we'll see DABURA. This will be the hardest he's hit so far. We should see increased numbers from Angel DABURA on this turn. So, because we're going to have both the attack down and the defensive down. So, let's go ahead and see what Angel DABURA does. 3.23. It's a huge difference. Jeez. His attack stat more than doubled on this turn by having this Frieza with the attack and defensive debuff. Again, that's why, you know, they kind of want you to use Super Strike Pikkon with them, but, like, they both kind of suck. I feel like I might like Angel DABURA better, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Pikkon, at least in, like, some Super Battle Road stages, he's got the debuffs. This DABURA's stats are pretty low. It's, yeah. Alright, guys, I guess we'll get another rotation or two from Angel DABURA, right? I mean, on that last turn, we saw him with his full passive activated. I just want to do a quick run, see what happens when we don't have a Pikkon on the team to do his unit super attack, right? So remember, like, if the enemy is in the attack down or defensive down, he gets that extra 104% defense. And then he's also getting the 30% defense from his super attack effect. But that's not happening without Pikkon, right? Like, he's not going to be able to get that extra defense from the super attack effect, which is definitely a bit of a shame. So, I don't know how I feel about this Angel DABURA. I mean, I think he's kind of like a quirky or a fun unit, but I guess it's not anything to take super duper serious or anything like that, right? I mean, he's, at the bare minimum, he's at least like a nice little like filler option, I guess, for Sibling Bond does have a lot of units. Boo Saga does as well, but Otherworld Warrior does not. So it's like, if they're gonna cook up basically, I mean, Angel DABURA isn't a what if. He does appear, but he doesn't fight. I mean, but if they're basically gonna cook up a what if card, since he does have the unit super with Pikkon, in order to actually, like, buff the Otherworld Warrior team, like, I'm not even, like, super mad about that, right? Like, sure. Like, let's just do whatever we can to get that team some help. There still is a lot of, like, actually real options they could do, though. Again, I think the Angel Ginyu Force members could be cool. There's so many different Angel Z fighters they could do. I do think Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and PyCon could get, not a dual Dokkan Fest, but, like, they could each get Dokkan Fests, right? I don't think they're quite hype enough to, like, actually be like, all right, here's a dual Dokkan Fest, Super Saiyan, Kaioken Goku, and PyCon, right? Like, I remember when Legends did that during their anniversary, and it wasn't really, so hype, I would say. It's definitely a bit goofy. So I don't know if Dokkan is going to emulate that sort of nonsense. All right, let's see what we get right here. This rotation by DABURA, we might finish it up after this. Let's see what DABURA is able to do. Let me know what you guys think about the Halloween unit this year, Angel DABURA. If you guys are a fan, I do at least enjoy the character, right? And the whole little side story with PyCon and DABURA fighting Kid Buu and stuff like that. I mean, it's goofy stuff, right? All right, let's see what Angel DABURA does right here. And he gives us a very amazing, spectacular 1.42 million attack stat. So, like, the notable thing with this character is the superclass support, and then, of course, the heal at the end of the turn. The 10% heal certainly can be solid. Those types of heals are more effective, though, if you have a bunch of characters that are doing it, right? That's when the heal can be very strong. Think of, like, the Metal Cooler team, for example. That's when, like, the healing can actually be very effective. Alright guys, this is Meaning of Life, Found in Heaven, DABURA Angel. His leader skill is the Otherworld Warrior category key 3 and 50% of stats. His normal super attack is the Angel Impulse, which raises attack by 30% for 1 turn and then does supreme damage to the enemy. The unit super attack, Burning Impulse, raises attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy, and then lowers enemy attack. And we could do that if there is a PyCon on the team, right? Getting the 30% defense, very helpful there. His passive skill, Beauty and Magnificence of Love, gives him 104% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 10% attack and defense per superclass ally on the team. Then he gives superclass allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense. Then he gets 104% extra defense if the enemy he's targeting is in attack down or defensive down status. And then he gets another 104% attack if the target enemy is both attack down and defensive down status. Then he recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn, and then recovers HP with Candy. Considering what happened with Android 17 and Android 8, where, you know, they came out last year, and now this year they got a really sick Easy 8. Maybe Angel DABURA will be much better next year than he is this year. It's possible, right? I mean, like, in terms of, like, sort of like the meta, like how runnable he is. Maybe next year, his Easy 8 will be good enough that he'll be more runnable than he is this year in the current events, right? His links are the Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, Gentleman, Solid Support, Master of Magic, Otherworld Warriors, and Shattering the Limit. 12 key multiplier is 135%, a bit low. Typically, they drop 140% on pretty much anything that's not a premium character, right? And then finally, I guess one big issue for Angel DABURA here is the very, very low limited number of teams, right? We have Otherworld Warrior, we have the Majin Buu Saga, and then we have Sibling Bond. He's not on a lot of category teams. The one thing that is good, though, is that the Otherworld Warrior category really is quite small. Not really a lot going on there, so any options here, I think, are a really, really good thing. So, let me know what you guys think of Angel DABURA, the free-to-play character this year with the unit super attack with PyCon. Really goofy stuff, but I do love it. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.